5, 10, 9.
Good to go. Good to go.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
All right, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And all right, Carl Prater, call me back and let me know how the volume is and how we sound, so we can make early adjustments in case there's a problem. Welcome everybody to the show tonight. And Mike, we got some bad weather moving in.
Yes, sir. Sure do. And prayers and hopes for them people that suffered through that hurricane, that 135 mile an hour winds they was talking about down there, Lake Charles. I'll tell you what, man alive. Well, that's something to go through.
Yeah, you'll be hollering, let's go fishing tomorrow night, sure as the world. It's 35, 40 mile an hour winds, I guess.
Yeah, I got a good anchor.
Yeah. I don't think anchor would help you. Oh, but better say hello to Dad and Bill.
That's right.
Old Mike Pennington down that way, and Jeff Parrott up Clinton way. And, we run into people. It's really a blessing to us to run into people around these boat ramps and out in town that, that we wouldn't ever have any contact with, and they say, yeah, man, I watch your show, and I work with several over there that wouldn't ever thought, yeah, you got the fishing show. I said, yeah. More or less it's got me, but I said, yeah, that's me. So it's good to hear from people like that, and that kind of thing. And and I'm really tickled there at work. They'll run, they'll bring a bait or something in. They say, hey, what do you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, man, that looks good. The only thing wrong with that, it's not in the water.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but it is. We've been fortunate and with the show and run up on a lot of people.
Yeah, hope they enjoy it too.
Yeah,
hope
sure
they enjoy
do.
the show.
I know we're not near the best, but we're not the worst either, and we love to fish, and like I've said many a time, when it gets hot, fish of a night.
That's right.
A lot more comfortable, ain't it, Mike?
You ain't got it. Right.
It definitely is, because we fished in the heat and we know what that's like, and it's a lot more comfortable out there in the nighttime, and so we just grew up around it and liked it and continued to do it.
Yeah, I don't like to be like that little boy used to be on that commercial. Said he walked in and said he felt like a French fry.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, Mike. I hear you, without a doubt.
Been there, don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, I agree. Before we get into the film, we've got, I don't know, about 8 minutes worth of film, I guess. The bite slowed down for us this past weekend, and you boat 8 or 9 fish, and you miss about that many more, but we were up in the 20s.
Yeah. Things were looking good there. That moon come out and everything looked good, and then all of a sudden the clouds moved in,
covered it up. With. Yeah. It's amazing there on North Lake, and I think a lot of Clearwater lakes are that way. of how that light affects them. I mean,
Yes, sir.
a little riffle on the water make a whole lot of difference. Prison stripe blade on your spinner bait can make a whole lot of difference. So, you know, it's just the little things that you don't think a whole lot of can make a whole lot of difference in how many bites you get and how many you don't get.
That's for sure.
You know.
That's for sure.
Changing up colors on your jig or you're on your trailer. It's you know, a lot of little things like that can make a big difference in how many fish you catch. You know, you gotta be throwing something they'll bite.
If you've seen any of the Elite Series up there in St. Clair, and them guys was talking about that, just getting just a little bit of wind, just anything, because that water was so clear, to put a little chop on that water to where they could get them fish to bite.
Yep.
They just didn't want to bite with that slick and calm like that.
I've seen some of it, Mike, and yeah, that was what they were talking about. So,
Especially the ones that's throwing crankbait and stuff, you know.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, as you can see, we got the Zach's rustic flags and wood crafts here. You know, we talked about that. Want to mention that again. Thank him for this beautiful flag here behind us. So if you're interested in that, you know, there's a phone number coming across the screen. Just give him a call there and you can work out a deal. Three different sizes and things, and he's also got some other flags besides the American flag. So if you're interested in that, one of those, please give him a call. Also, Mike, I talked to Glenn Reynolds today. Glenn had just got in 3 250 Pro XS's in the 4-stroke, and he's got a couple of 200s, got them in today, and then he's got a lot of the smaller engines on down below that. So if you're looking, and he is the Mercury Repower representative in this area, so if you're interested in upgrading or trading in older engine for a new one, he's got them there. Just need to go see him, work out the deal. Also, he's got one pontoon left, and you know, speaking of that, if you saw the 6 o'clock news yesterday afternoon, was it yesterday or today? Can't remember now. They were talking about, I believe it was today, had a segment on there where with the COVID going on, the boat ramps were full.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
People getting on the water, trading boats, just hard to find a boat right now, according to what a couple of them said. This one
For
guy
sure.
traded his pontoon boat in for a new one. He said his didn't last 12 hours and it's gone after he traded it in. So a lot of that going on, and you know, with this virus going around, and some people out of work and some schools slow to start and that kind of thing, people's out on the water,
That's right.
you know. So anyway, hopefully they're all careful. That's the main thing. But back to Reynolds there, and said he had one pontoon boat left. He's got a couple of new Express 17 crappie boats, and they've got a new Express. He's just waiting on the first one to show up, Mike. It's geared towards the high school fishermen.
Yeah.
It's called the H18 high school boat, and it's 18-footer, and it's a real nice rig at a good price. And it comes with a 115 on it. I think's what he said, and so it's kind of set up deal. So you high schoolers, if you want to get into this fishing and stuff, give give him a shout there at Reynolds Racing Marine. Check out the new Express 18-footer that's coming in. He's looking for one of the first ones just any day. So be a good thing to check that one out. He's got a center console down there. If you don't want to step up on the deck and just kind of fish around in the boat, it'd be a nice rig to have, and they're huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
I mean, they're a big boat, and they got some good storage in them. They're nice and plenty of room to fish. So you might, if you're interested in that, give that a look too while you're down there. All righty, Mike, let's do this right here. I was hoping you all, well, I'll tell you what, let's show the film, and in the meantime, Mike and I are going to try to come up with a black background so you can see these decals we're having made up, and put them on the back window of your car or truck or whatever. So while you're watching the film, we'll try to come up with a good way where we can see that.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, you ready? Okay, take us to the film.
Okay, folks, I'm up here on North Lake tonight, Saturday night. You see we got this quarter moon there. Got Jeff with us. Watch them waves, Jeff. They're gonna drown you there. I'm telling you. These people around here, they don't believe in courtesy at all. They just go ahead and drown you and go on with it. But anyway, we're gonna get out here and throw a little bit and see if we can catch a few of these smallmouth, and hopefully they'll bite for us. We'll get rigged up here and get after them. Remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. Need a big one, buddy. Nice one, lean one. Well, I tell you what, I wish I could get them all hooked like that. That's all right. We put him back, see if we can get another one. That was on black. Got on that drop. All right. Back on that black again. If we're gonna find anything any better or not. We'll put him back to the rope fish. Alright, folks. Jeff finally hooked up to one. He got tired of him jerking and getting off. He got one, got it in the boat, and it got off anyway.
We got a flopper here.
He gets to catch you twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Can't beat that. Alright, we get him back and try him again. Put him in the boat before he could get off. Nice large man. We put him back. Maybe we can catch him when he gets a little bigger. Yeah, on there, yeah. Get him in here, Jeff. Don't let him get off now. All right. We got him down here on the floor. He can't get out now. All right. Well, that's nice. Real nice. Dang, he's a bleeding like a stuck hog. That's it. Hmm? We'll get him off here in a minute, get him back in the water. Alright, we're gonna get his pictures here. See how good he looks. Oh, he's nice. Get him back in there and we'll see how he does. Yeah. He's gone too. Look in him. Go. We'll turn loose. Oh, look him bite now. He's hungry. All right. That's number 8. All right, Jeff. Got him a little in there. He bit. We caught him. He didn't get off.
That's right.
All right. Way to go, Jeff. Get back after him there. Okay, folks. It's getting pretty late. We're going to ease on toward the house. Try to get on the trailer here. So, remember the sponsors. We had a pretty good night. I think we put 9 in the boat, lost a couple of more, and had a few other strikes, but it was a pretty good night. We didn't get rained on, that's all I can say. So, the moon didn't last too long, but anyway, we enjoyed it, and we'll try to come back next week, and maybe we can do better. So, have a good evening. Let's hit the road.
All right, Mike, there you go. Now, what did fill us in there on what you and Jeff done?
I think we had 8 or 9. Probably didn't lose many fish. We found out one time when one struck, you got a hook in it, you just wound it as hard as you could wind. You put him in the boat, because if you give him any slack at all, he would have gone.
Yeah. Yeah. There ain't no two ways about that. That's a definite for a fact.
I mean, you had to burn them whenever you
Yeah.
got hold of one. Get
Yes,
him
sir.
in there. But I don't know, we fished a lot of different colors and had 2 or 3 pretty nice fish there. And, I think Jeff caught that biggest one up there, purple. And, I fished black rubber, black hair, and I tell you what, I just kept trying all kinds of different things, and I think he caught one on the copper crawl. We had a heck of a night trying to find them, you know. It's like I say, I know they're there, it's just
Yep.
getting them to bite.
Yeah, Wesley and I were there too, and we left right before you got me in, I think.
Yeah.
It was about 30 minutes ahead of you, 20, something like that.
Yeah, we
And-
fished, stayed out there, set the boat out there 30, 35 foot. Seemed like that was the best depth there to set at to get a strike off of them. But like I say, I thought it was going to be a real night there to start off with, and that moon shining a little bit, and I jumped on that watermelons and some of the lighter colors, but never got a strike on it.
Yeah, it didn't work out, did it?
Then that moon covered up pretty quick too.
Yeah.
I think it might have been out maybe 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere around in there. And then all of a sudden them clouds rolled in, and that was all we seen.
Yep. That's exactly what happened, Mike, for sure.
Water temperature was still bumping around that 83 degrees, and looked like there was a lot of suspended stuff in there, about that 25 up to 15 foot or range there. Just a lot of minnows and then fish and everything, even out in the middle when you was idling around there, pull in a place or something. You can see them down there suspended. But, so there's plenty of bait fish for them, but I think it's going to take some moonlight to make them start hiding behind something where you can catch them.
Well, yeah. The water's cooled off on the surface 3 or 4 degrees.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. I think that's due to the rain and the cloud cover, but still yet get a fish out of 20 foot of water, he's still pretty warm.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
he is.
They wasn't cool by no means, you know. So that does make a difference, you know, in that kind of situation. So, but the water temperature's still up there pretty good, and you know, and the dang willow flies are still hatching out.
Yeah,
And
that's for sure. Yeah.
in places, you know, little old bitty things, and then the next thing you know, them they're full grown all over the boat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They sure are.
In several places. So it does make a difference, you know, on that situation. I don't know, but you know, you caught more fish, I think, than Wesley and I did. A couple more. I don't think we put but about 8 in the boat there Saturday night. Maybe 10. Lost count. Caught a few small fish. We didn't film. But yeah, they weren't biting as well as we had hoped for. But we still caught a few fish. I think maybe we should have stayed on a couple of those places a little longer than we did, and backed out. But we'll see that when we show the film here in a minute. Dylan, you ready to show what's on my camera? All right, play it out there, will you? Here he goes, right up in the boat he goes. Yeah, he don't have a dip net. All right, Mike's got our first fish coming to the boat here. Yeah, pretty good one too, Mike. Here he goes, right up in the boat he goes. Yeah, he don't have a dip net. I don't reckon. Or if he does, he won't bring it. I missed one back there about 4 casts ago.
I can't believe that son won't turn his head.
No.
So I can get a hold of his lip.
Oh, well, that's the reason you have a dip net. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking fish there, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Get him back in the water and let's get another one. All right, good job. Let's go fishing, folks. The rain's quit on us, lightning back behind us. We're going to keep at it here for a little bit and see if we can get on something.
All right, Steve got him on there. Yeah.
Hold on, bud.
Yeah. A nice smallie.
Folks, I tell you what, we have struggled. Get a bite, Mike.
Yes, sir.
All right, back to water.
Back to water.
Pretty nice fish there.
Very nice. Get on black and black.
Yeah, black and black, that's it.
All right.
All right, got in there, Mike.
All right, I got him. Picture there.
Whoa.
You're going to have to catch him again.
Yeah, you're going to have to catch him again. Yeah.
Catch him twice sometimes.
Yeah. Got him.
All right. Okay.
All right, back in the water, Mike.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy. Hold on.
Pretty good in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come here. Don't break my line. Yeah. Got him in, Mike. Pretty good fish right there.
Nice fish, yeah. Sure is.
Huh?
Sure is.
Back in the water.
Back in the water. Okay.
All right, there Mike is with another fish. Boy, Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right, there's Papa with the first fish, the long fish.
Dang, Wes, he thought he was a freight train, son.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, I thought he'd weigh 5 pounds.
There he is.
He ain't a bad fish.
No, he ain't bad by no means. All right.
Man, he was stout. Golly, bum.
All right,
Good
let's get another.
gracious. All right, folks, there Wes is with a good fish right there, just right behind where I caught that in there. They're right in here and under us.
Old missile jig.
Old missile did. Good job, Wes.
There
That's a
he
good
is.
fish,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
All right.
You back.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Remember the sponsors, folks, and let's go fishing. We're going to see what we can do here tonight. If that right back there don't get us, we'll be in business. So we're going to see what happens here. All right, folks, let's got another fish on right here. Yeah, easy now. There we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Got him. Got him in the net. And he come off perfect. That's the way you want to do him right there. All right.
Quit. Get you back.
I just had one on a minute ago. He's got that one. All right, Wes. Pretty fish. Yeah. What does that make already? 3 in the boat?
3, yep.
That blame it. We have 2 more on that we should have got. All right, let's get at it. That's a large
All right,
mouth.
that's a largemouth, yeah. That's old
Yeah.
green fish.
Yeah, it sure is, Wes. Huh.
Huh.
That's all right. We'll count him. That's number
Oh, yeah.
4.
Number 4. There he
You
goes.
got to count him, you know.
Gotta count him.
You got to count him.
All right, let's get another.
Or shake.
All right, there's Papa with another nice fish.
Yeah, buddy, Wes.
All right. Yeah, that's
Man, golly, bum, he's pulling like a freight train.
I'll do that to you. All right, let's get another.
Let's do it.
All right, there's Papa with a nice fish. Been a while since we had a bite. But
Yeah, we may get on to something here, Wes,
may do
again.
it. May do it again. Yeah, they kind of slowed down.
Yeah, sure did.
Slowed down. They just stopped.
Hey, what deal is that? It's in the net. You're going to pull it back this way. Right behind the barb.
Yep.
Kiss my grits. Hold on a second. Let me get an eyeball on it again. Well, all that slack and I can't get that thing to come over. Leave them scissors right there on the floor. I'll fix that. Right quick. Dadgummit. Yeah, just like it.
All right.
Well, he was hooked good.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
He wasn't coming off right.
Now,
There he is. Nice fish. Get another. All right. Get the camera on. There's Papa with a nice fish.
oh yeah. Dang it, Wes. That's like a full of freight train, I'm telling you.
That's a healthy fish.
You ain't kidding. That's a
Yeah,
nice one.
it's a nice one. All right. We'll ease him back in the water.
I think that's number 8, ain't it?
Number, I believe so.
Number 8. Man.
Number 8.
Cool. There you
All right,
go.
let's get another.
Bum has a got a good large
All
mouth.
right. It's a nice large mouth, about 2 pound, 2.5 pound.
Yeah, boy, Wes.
All right.
He jumped all over it.
Oh yeah, you did. They'll do that to you. There he goes.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's get another.
Okay, Wes got another fish there. He's a little one, but you know when they bite you,
Gotta count them.
gotta count them. You don't know till you get them in how big or how little they are.
Get that out of
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Wes. Good deal. Gone.
Gone.
All right, folks. Wes got another pretty decent fish there. Attaboy, Wes.
All right. There
Pretty
he
good
is.
fish.
Yep.
Get him back in the water.
There he goes.
All right. All right, we're back, Mike.
That's right. That's right.
You know, like I said, it was we lost. We had as many bites as we caught, and maybe a few more, but it wasn't like we had been doing. And I feel like that this moon, we get up there and the moon's going to be half full or a little better. I think it's supposed to be full come the first of next week, but don't know that we get a chance to go tomorrow night, but like to go a little while Saturday night. See what we can do with it, especially if the weather kind of clears out. But those fish that you caught and you and I caught were pretty decent fish. Some of 3 or 4 of the ones Wesley and I caught were small fish, and they were up a little shallower. They were at the end of the cast instead of right out at the boat. We set a whole lot in that 20, 28, 27, 20, 28 feet. I kept the boat in that, and several of our bites was in the 20, 26 foot range. We didn't stay on a lot of 30, 35 foot of water. We kind of stayed in the 27 to 28 feet, more or less. And like a lot of the bites we got were right there at the boat.
Yeah.
We might have done a little better if we'd have backed out a little farther, but some of the fish I was seeing on the electronics was in that depth range. And there's places you could pull off out there and they'd just be fish. I mean, I don't know if it's bait fish, whatever, just big clouds of it.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And so, heck, I don't know. We were catching a few fish and just kind of stayed around in that depth range. And but we're looking for it to get better, really. Here in the next few weeks, before it starts cooling down, we'll, and I told you here time and time again, heck, if it's above freezing Thanksgiving, yeah, we'll be there. Yeah. I wish Brad Lockett was watching. I'd have him tell the story. But anyway, yeah, them fish just get, as long as it ain't below 40 degrees and your boat frosting over, it kind of gets a little tricky. The fiberglass gets slick, your carpet freezes up, and it's slick. It's not made for a good tail.
No.
I mean, you could wind up in the water pretty dang quick. But if it's halfway decent warm, yeah, just go right back at them because they're still going to bite, I promise you. And we've caught them up there just right up next to Christmas.
That's right.
On a warm night now. That's a fact. And just, I mean, shucks, far. Just everywhere you cast it, there'd be one just thumping.
That's right. Knock the rod out of your hand.
Knock the rod out of your hand. And so, yeah, it just all depends on the temperature. I mean, because they're still going to bite. I mean, that clear water, heck, man. So, yeah, we just going to stay after them. I'm kind of waiting on Wesley's to, we're waiting on word from the schoolhouse there in Kingston if they're going to have the tournament trail this year, and so we can get on it. Haven't heard anything from Bass Pro Shop yet through Bill Keys, and he's the I guess the captain of the contact person from the school to him, so we're just kind of waiting to see what goes on and see if they're going to have a few of them or not, you know, Mike. That's the thing. They usually have 3 or 4 in the fall, or at least 3, maybe 4 at times, and then they'll have 2 or 3 in the spring, you know, so we're kind of waiting to see what happens with that type deal, and we get, you know, go from there. But anyhow, we're just going to keep rocking right along, and that's about the gist of it. I mean, that's all we can do. If they have them, we're going to get on it, you know. I'll take him down there and let him fish. But anyway, I hope we get on to something there this weekend. Dylan, can you zoom in on that little placard there, or the logo? Yeah, there you go. We're looking, you know, I got a guy and his daughter there. They're playing around with that window sticker, and we're getting it real close. Talked today, like to do a little better job on the fish. But the Let's Go Fishing up there looks good. I've got it big enough. I think it's seeable, you know, put it in the back corner of your glass or window of your car, your truck, or whatever, and side glass, whatever, you know, so it doesn't obstruct any view, you know. But anyway, I'm working with a guy and his daughter, and hopefully we can come up with something here in the next few days that's going to be acceptable, Mike, and we can have these things kind of mass produced there.
Yeah.
And we're looking at 5 different colors right now. Well, that's the orange, and it looks pretty good.
Looks real good.
It looks pretty good. You know, I'd like to have some in the red, some in the yellow, some in white, some in silver, and naturally some in the chartreuse or the bright green.
Black and something, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We thought about black, but nah, you wouldn't be able to see it much. So we're going to leave that off till we try these others and see what they look like, and go from there. What do you think?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Great.
So we'll, like I said, hopefully next week we'll have the final product in hand, and they can be cutting them out, get them out to the, you know, it's going to be fairly cheap, and what this is for, hopefully we can make a little bit of money off of it and keep us paying the rent over here. That's the whole purpose. But we'd like to see a whole lot of them on the back windows of the vehicle or the truck. Even mentioned some pink ones for you ladies. Yeah. So might be a good color. We just have to try it and see.
That's right.
For sure. So anyway, we're going to try that, and hopefully it'll work out, and we can get those things, get them spread around here. So
I hadn't heard from anybody on what they're doing at Watch Bar or any of the other lakes. Hadn't been tied up and hadn't got to talk to nobody at all. You?
well, yeah, there's a couple of them guys that work there. You know, they fish just about every weekend that they're not working, and they live fairly close, but they're catching a few fish early and late. You know how they do in the breaks out there. He said you just, you know, you see them breaking, you just run in there and go to casting. They're catching some catching some bass out of them, and also catching some stripe naturally. And I mean, the bass, they're opportunities. You take a school of them stripe running through a bunch of shad, there's a lot of crippled minnows floating around.
Right. That's right.
And
he's lazy too.
Yeah, he don't have to get out there and beat himself to death whenever they're coming to him.
That's
Just
right.
lay around under them stripe, you know.
Suck them up.
suck them up what them stripers injure, you know, when they injured minnows and stuff there, they just lay around and get them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty smart about that. So, but them boys is catching some. They, you know, a few. They're not catching a whole big bunch of big fish, but he told me he's catching a lot of pound and a half, 2-pounders. You know how they do. They actually run by size, really.
Yes, sir.
You know, they'll be a 25 or 50. All of them right about the same size, and they just wearing them minnows out. And then you throw the stripers in there with them. There's a gang of fish there.
Yes, sir. They sure are.
So, but it's kind of early, pretty much an early bite and a late bite, you know. Up to about 10 o'clock in the day. And you always see a few breaking in the middle of the day, but most of the big activity is from daylight to 10 o'clock or so, and then get in there in the afternoon and get a couple hours the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's kind of what I've heard, Mike. It's, you know, nothing much. They 3 or 4 different ones tell me about it, and so we'll just have to see how that works out. Let's see. Dylan, take us to a little break here, and then we'll come back. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some 4-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end and the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. All right, folks, we're back in here. Mike's took the mailbox back over there by the door. We're back in here, gonna wind up. You know, it's still a lot of boating season left. Right now, you know, September coming on. September's usually a pretty warm month. And then you get into the deer season, you know, bow season, and on like that. So things are rocking right along.
I like it after Labor Day when
Yeah,
they all go deer hunting and go home, and then you got the lake all to yourself.
yeah. I know, Mike. I know. Yeah, exactly right. But you know, we're going to get into a good thing, and want to, you know, Bill, we're still planning on going over Sunday after church over to Max's house and visit a little bit, do our thing. So that's still to do. You know, we've got that scheduled. So I know you're listening, and we'll make the little trip over there to Max Meredith's house. We got some jig heads to pour up, Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
You know. So we're looking forward to that. But you know, it's just that kind of time of year. I mean, when things go to getting better. The fish come off the beds in the spring, and May, June, they're starved to death, and then July hits, and they're trying to figure out where they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have now whipped August out, dog days of August, and I just wish the water was about 20 foot lower than what it is.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But you know, it's getting down there.
It's starting.
Things are starting to get right. The water's coming down, and the fish are out on the humps and that kind of thing. Seems like, or they're not quite there yet. One every now and then, but there's some places there that they get on that could holds a lot of fish, and we're just kind of waiting for them to get located on those places offshore, and then we'll know what to do then, hopefully. Let's see, Mike, what I did here. Let's see. They're still catching a few crappie on Watts Bar of a night. One of the boys that lives down next to Spring City says his buddy Neil's been going out still yet under the lights, anchored out, catching some, catching stripe and catching a few crappie in the mix.
That's good.
I said, well, that sounds good. I said, that'll work. You know, it takes the water about as long to warm up to cool down as it does to warm up.
Yes, sir.
You know, you've got that transition there, the hot days shining on that lake water, and it getting deeper and deeper in the temperature range, and then same way when it's cooling off.
Shorter days, cooling faster.
Exactly right. So, but I did hear that. He was telling me that there the other day, that his friends have been out night fishing and caught a few crappie along with a bunch of stripes. So he had a good time. Let's see, Mike. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Mike Jolly up at Crossville tomorrow, and or one day next week. Give him a buzz. I just want a couple of questions. You know, how are they doing on the walleye stock, and more or less, I want to find out what their theory is on this Florida strain of bass that they've been mixing up with the largemouth here in Tennessee. Because you know, you'd think we'd be hearing of some. They turned loose several thousand of those fingerlings in 5 locations about 4 years ago.
Yes, sir.
May have been 5 years ago now. And I'm just curious to see if they've had any information coming in, you know. I mean, if somebody caught a 10-pounder on Watts Bar, you'd hear about it, you know, especially with Facebook and all this stuff going on. But I haven't heard anything. And I'm just curious to see if their information, you know, is good or bad. You know, is the water up this way that much too cold for them to really prosper, or is it plenty warm enough for them to get 10, 12, 15 pounds? You know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get in touch with him this coming week and see if he's got any feedback from the fishermen about the Florida strain that they did put in. They put them in at Caney Creek. I know of for sure down there at Hornsby Hollow, they put them in back there, that kind of thing, because they they put some brush piles out to give them a little bit of cover so they wouldn't get ate up before they got any size.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they're just fingerlings 5 or 6 inches long. I'd like to find out what the deal is on that, because they're still catching some pretty good fish out of Chickamauga. You know, when you watch them, Rick Whitson's caught a couple of 9-pounders down there in the last month or so, and so they're there. You know.
They're there too.
Yeah.
But,
So I'm just curious to see how they're doing on Watch Bar.
you know, before they started dumping the rockfish in there, I used to catch a lot of big fish down there out of Watch Bar. And I hadn't caught one it'd go over 6 pounds in many years.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, in the late 70s, early 80s and stuff, caught a lot of big fish down there out of Watch Bar. And I don't hear of the 8s and the 9s and 10s anymore. Are they coming out of Watch Bar? The smallmouth that they caught back 4 or 5 months ago was one of the bigger smallmouth that I've heard of down there in a long time.
Yeah, there was a couple of 8-pounders caught down there this spring.
Was it?
Yeah, sure was. Mike, I had the text, the pictures and stuff on them. They was some couple over 8 pound caught down there back in the spring. Sure was. But I hadn't heard of an 8-pounder coming off of Norris in a long time.
That's true there.
Yeah.
That's true
Yeah.
there too.
So I mean, it just hadn't happened, you know. So I don't know. We'll see what goes on. Let's see. But I'm gonna check with Jolly out there. I'm gonna make me a note of that right now. Check on the status of the Florida strain. Put in Watch Bar. See what they say.
They still dumping the walleye in there.
I haven't heard, but I as far as I know, they still are. They put them in below Milton Hill. They put them up to Big Emery. They 2 or 3 more places that they put those fingerlings in. And I've heard of some walleye. The guys have figured out they're catching some walleye there in the Clinch River
Yeah.
overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
just like the guys do at Norris, they fish for them all summer long, and some of them catch them, some of them don't. But anyway, we'll try to find out some more for next week. Folks, do be careful. God bless you all. We'll be looking forward to seeing you next week, and give us a buzz over here if you've got some information you'd like to share with us. We'd love to hear from you. See y'all next week. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, it's a good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way, all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David, I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Hey folks, here at Edgemoor Outdoors, we're going to run inside and shoot some film. Don't forget Edgemoor Outdoors over here on Edgemoor Road. Hey folks, we're in here at Edgemoor Outdoors. Man, the place has been packed with people. The reason being because this is the best sporting goods store this side of the Mississippi River. So if you want to get in here and get you something, you better come by. See Jim and Vance and Jeannie here at the Edgemoor Outdoors. They've got everything you might need to fish with, whether it be from a boat or from the bank or whatever. Rods, reels, the walls are lined with baits, tackle. I mean, just great store. Jim's been a sponsor of the show for a long time, and we really appreciate him and his family. And but do get by here and visit with them at Edgemoor Outdoors. Live bait, just everything in the world. We'll just take a little quick stroll down through here. Jim said he was tired of seeing Vance on the TV every Thursday night, so he wanted me to get somebody besides him. I'll take that back. He didn't say that, but I thought about it. All right, Vance, what kind of special you got for us today?
Got all kinds of specials in here today.
Got all kinds of specials today. Anything in particular? Got a good sale on reels, rods?
We got some, we've been selling a bunch of these Corrados and Shimano SLX reels with the digital chips in them here lately.
Mm-hmm.
We got them in right and left. And
Okay.
We got a few of them right now, but it's a good reel. One of them's $189.99 and the other one's $249.99.
That's guaranteed not to backlash, is that right?
Well, you need to set the reel correctly, but when you set the reel right, it is really hard to backlash them. It works really well. We tested them when they come out to make sure that everything worked good. We got them.
Okay.
And they've been going good for us here.
Good deal, Vance. And that price on that's what?
There's one of them is $189.99 and the other one's $249.99.
All right. All right, Vance, we appreciate it. Folks, do get by here and visit Edgemoor Outdoors. Can't go wrong. I think you'll be well satisfied once you come in the door. Just a minute. Now, Vance, what's this other reel you got here?
We've also got the new Shimano Matanium Mgls. They didn't have them in right hand. We got some left hands right now, and we got the rights coming in. They're $419.99. It's the price on those.
I'm assuming that's a good price from what I've been hearing that these things run.
This is one of the top of the line reels that Shimano makes here, and it's got their new Core Solid technology, and it's all one piece.
I'm glad you let me get Wesley in the truck before you drug that out if you want one. I appreciate you, Vance. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you,
we'll see y'all Thursday night.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.
Fresh foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh.